Episode 3, Spiritual Trojan Horses. There was a time when faith leaders made me feel afraid to ask questions. I thought silence was reverence. I thought obedience meant honor. I thought doubt meant disloyalty. But it wasn't reverence. It was control. And the moment I stopped asking questions, I stopped growing. There's a difference between submission and suppression. There's a difference between faith that builds you up and fear that shuts you down. Spiritual Trojan horses are the hardest to spot because they wear holy language. They hide manipulation inside of scripture. They preach loyalty louder than truth. They use your hunger for God as a pathway to power. They quote verses to justify obedience to them, not devotion to Him. These are the Trojan horses that roll into churches, ministries, and movements every day. Watch for the warning signs. Private punishments disguised as discipline. When correction becomes humiliation, it's not holiness, it's control. Leaders who twist boundaries into obedience. When every no is treated like rebellion, it's not leadership, it's lordship. Sacred words used to silence doubt. When questions are met with shame, that's not faith. It's fear-based authority. Faith that fears questions isn't faith. It's manipulation dressed in scripture. Real faith invites inquiry because truth has nothing to hide. Have you ever been told to just trust the man of God? Or that questioning leadership meant you're being used by the enemy? We have a tendency to confuse spiritual authority with spiritual truth. We forget that God gave us discernment, not dependency. That reverence for Him should never mean silence toward harm. If you ever felt gaslit in a spiritual setting where your emotions, your experiences, or your questions were twisted against you, you're not crazy. You are being conditioned to confuse control with care. True spiritual leadership empowers your voice, not erases it. Real faith leads you closer to freedom, not deeper into fear. So test every word against scripture, conscience, and peace. If it doesn't align with all three, it doesn't deserve your loyalty. This week, pick one teaching in your circle that feels mandatory, something everyone repeats, but few have actually questioned. Then hold it up to truth. Does it liberate or does it limit? Does it produce humility or hierarchy? Does it reflect God's character or man's control? That one practice could change how you experience faith forever. In the chat, share one healthy church or faith practice you wish more places used, something that protects people instead of silencing them. Let's rebuild faith cultures that honor both truth and transparency. Because discernment isn't rebellion, it's responsibility. And accountability isn't disloyalty, it's discipleship. Faith without freedom isn't faith. It's fear with a pulpit. And daughters of discernment, we've had enough of that. Real faith doesn't demand blind obedience. It invites bold honesty. So keep asking, keep testing, keep discerning. Because when deception hides in doctrine, truth becomes your ministry. You are not divisive for asking questions. You are discerning for protecting your soul. I love you. And remember, you are important to me. I need you to survive.